So last class we had done with the display operation in this, where we had displayed all the patient data in this case. So, but display is never used in any of most of the applications because again, say example in one hospital which is around 15-20 years old. So in that case, what happens is 15-20 years old, there are thousands of patients who have been treated. So Andhra, if I display all the thousand students, thousand patient data load again, it will take more time in this case. So usually we never use the direct display code in this case. Instead of display, we give a search operation in this case. Say when if you have gone to any hospital, say ಎಲ್ಲರೂ visit ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ when you go there, you say that ನಂಗೆ report ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. They will ask you either the receipt number, they will ask your mobile number, they will ask your name. Based on that, they will search a particular data in this. And search money, they will fetch the details and they will show you the information. So the same thing we do in the today's class in this case. Instead of displaying all the data, yes, some cases we retrieve all the data ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. But most of the cases, whenever we are storing the data of a particular person in this case, we prefer to have a search operation on the data in this. So how to perform that search operation is what we will be concentrating in the today's class. Okay. So our application is hospital, I guess. Yes, hospital. So in that patient, and let me run the run Kitamancha. Okay, let's go to the template. I need to create one HTML page in this case to perform the search operation. So what I will do, I will create one HTML page, save the file, and when you are saving the data, make sure it is inside the templates folder. In this case, I will give search patient.html. And inside this, as of now, nothing, just a empty HTML page I will create in this. Say search patient. Use the same title, put it in H4 or H5, whichever is convenient. Okay. Don't write anything in this for the time being in this case. So we have created a HTML page. I told you, whenever we create a HTML page, we have to go to urls.py. So go to urls.py, and in the urls.py, you have to add a new path. Take a path here. Copy paste mode. And here I'll say, but the name I have given is search patient. You can give different name, but it will be easy for us to know what is the name of the HTML page, what is the function URL path I have to give, what is the function name. So name same it only, it is easy for identification in this. But security point of view, they don't recommend this. Security point of view, the name of the HTML page should be different from the whatever the pattern you are using here and whatever the function name you are calling. Link ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. So they prefer that particular format in this case. So I have used just for understanding, because since it's a first project, I don't want to get you people more confused in this. So I have kept a common name in this case. Once we have created a urls.py, now we create the views in this. So go to views function, create a views function. Say def function name inside this request colon click enter. MSG is equal to empty for the time being. Return render open close request comma HTML page name. Copy paste ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾಪಿ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಎರರ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗ್ತವೆ. Okay, so when I was giving the name of the HTML page, I saved that name, copied that name. I am pasting it everywhere. That's it. Okay, next comma flower brackets MSG colon MSG. And one mistake that was done in the yesterday's class, HTTP response error on bantu andra, there is a problem with this return statement. Return statement should be exactly one indent after the definition. Okay, ಇದು ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ if it gives one more tab, ಎರಡು tab ಕೊಟ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will give a error in this. So make sure that the return statement is always at the one indentation in this case. One indent ante ಆಯ್ತು. Okay, so save this. And now let us run the application, open it in the command prompt. Open the command prompt. In the command prompt, I will type cd/cd hospital. Now HOS on type ಮಾಡಿ tab button click ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅವನೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ don't waste your time in this case. Okay, so cd hospital inside this python I'm not typing manage man ಅಂತ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದು ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. Make migration you have to type ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವನೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ. So make migration is executed and it is showing error because we forgot error. Very good in this case. Always remember debugging the error plays a very important role. Whenever you get an error, the compiler will tell you which line the error is, what is the name of the file, what is the error, and what correction you have to do. Python language suggests you that in this case. So you can see here the problem is in urls.py of the patient in the line number 11. Next line he is showing you which is that line in this case. And what is the mistake? It says invalid syntax, perhaps you forgot comma. So you forgot comma andre you have forgotten to put a comma below above that line, or probably patient details are after that particular line in this. So go to line number 11 in URL, that is you forgot to put a comma here. So he is showing you very clearly patient details. So patient details are well, comma hakat martoke. Yes, any doubt online students? Okay, so put that comma and compile the program again in this. That is execute make migration. No changes detected means there are no errors. Then execute migrate and then execute run server. So after this, open the browser in this case. So we'll open the browser and here localhost colon slash the same name, that is search patient. So I have not written anything in the search patient. It is showing me empty. Self label H ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ because probably we have used H5 which is very small. You can go with H4 and check. So ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, that is we'll go with H3. Say refresh. Yes. So here I need to have one text box where I will enter the name of the patient and click on search button. It should fetch the data in this case. Okay. So we have to create a form design in this place. So to create a form design, go to the search patient. Inside this, use a form tag. Name is equal to frm search. Method is equal to post. Autocomplete off and close of this. Inside this, I told I need one text box, I need one button in this case. So input type is equal to text, name is equal to patient name. Since it is a first tag, I want it to be autofocus. Autofocus equal to on. You give a placeholder saying enter patient name, and it is compulsory field, so I'll make use of required. And after this, one input tag in this case, say type is equal to submit, name is btn submit, value is equal to search. Okay, save and refresh. You got a text box, you got a search button. Of course, I need to use a bootstrap in this case to make it look much better. So what we will do is we will take that data from, already have copy pasted those links many a times. Just take it from that field. So I have the links here. Copy the bootstrap links. Make sure that when you are using this bootstrap, you must be connected to internet. Okay. Without connecting internet, if you use a bootstrap, these links will not work. Save and apply the classes. What I will do is I'll say class equal to form hyphen control and one more class, that is say btn info. Don't use success here because success is always used to store. Now use submit use where we are storing the data. So here I will use btn info for searching the data in this case. Save and now refresh. This is how it looks. Btn class. Sorry, this should come to this btn info. I got this. Is it looking good? Next line ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದೇ line ಬಂದ ಚಂದ ಅನಿಸ್ತು. Yes. One option you have here is put these two tags in one division tag with a class and close out this. In division tag, the class name you should give it as input group. If you use a class called input group, he will put both the tags in one single line, one beside another in this case. Save and refresh. You can see this. Sir, but still, ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ text box, do I require that? You can reduce the size in this case. One simple method is use the style property and put the width property. Say width, I want some 30%. 30% of the space in this, and it is 30% is not sufficient. Okay, not an issue. Use a one more method in this case. So we will make use of input type is equal to container hyphen fluid. Inside this div class equal to row. Inside this div class equal to that is class equal to call hyphen lg hyphen 4, and both the tags I'll put it in the call lg hyphen 4 in this case. Okay, save madre, refresh the web page. The font size is reducing. Sir, but still button is coming in the next line. I told you just one class, that is add that particular class here, that is input hyphen group. So input hyphen group, the tag, both the tags will come in one single line in this case. Okay, sir, I want this in the center. Now, since you have given call lg hyphen 4, he is in the leftmost position in this. You want to push it towards the center. 4 means there is, this is up to 4. Here it will be 8. Here it will be 12. So I have to push it towards the center. Antandra, you have to say offset hyphen lg hyphen 4. When you say offset, it will push 4 units towards the right side. Save madre, refresh, it came in the center. Clear with this? And I told you in the when the registration class was explained, whenever you are using the font tag, it is compulsory that at the end you must make use of something called as csrf underscore token. Otherwise, it will give an error. So compulsory, whenever you are using the font tag, you have to make use of this particular tag in this case. Okay. Next, I want to display a message to the user. If the data is not there, then in the two flower brackets, I'll put MSG. Compulsory. ಯಾವುದೇ HTML page you write, you have to mention this. Because if I want to display the data to the user, like example, the record is not found, I want to display that to the user, we make use of this line. Okay, so that will display whether the data is there or not. If data is there, it will display the data. If it is not there, it will give a error message in this case. So I've created a HTML form design. This is done. Now when I put a particular name, click on the search operation, it should bring me the data of that particular student in this. So for that, we write the function, the same instructions in the same function, that is search patient. So search patient to go great. And the views search patient. Now inside this, I will say if request dot method double equal to post, because I told you when I was saving the data, whenever I type the button and click on the submit button, avaga the object will be initialized. So this operation should be performed only when I click on the search button. So for that, we have to write this particular instruction. Inside this, ನಾನು ಏನು ನೇಮ್ ಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆ ನೇಮ್ ರಿಟ್ರೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ I'll say search name is equal to request dot post square bracket open close the name of the tag, that is patient name. So I'll Vivek and type and ಅಥವಾ Sachin and type ಮಾಡನ, the name will be retrieved and it will be stored inside this. Now I have to check whether this name is there in the database or not. So for that, very simple, make use of the same method what we had done in the yesterday's class to fetch the data. That is, I have to fetch whether patient register data olaga ಆ type ಮಾಡಿದ name ಅದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ check ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So what I will do is, I will say patient details is equal to patient register data dot objects dot filter. So yesterday you had used all. Why you are using filter? All function will bring all the data from the patient register data in this. Al table na ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು record store ಮಾಡಿರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ records ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ record display ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. I want to fetch only one particular data or whosever name matches in this case. So for that, we make use of the filter function. Filter function is like a condition. T ಮಾಡಿರ ಮನೆಗ? Why do you use that saucer? You are filtering out the tea powder with the decoction in this. So you are putting some condition. Condition is that the decoction should not go inside the tea. Same thing filter here is used here. Adhe word meaning adai. Here what I will say is, whatever the search name is there should match with the models.py. So in models.py, whatever the name you have given, copy this and put a condition here. That is, patient name is equal to search name. So in the search name, I have given Sachin. If Sachin is there inside the patient register data, it will fetch the data and it will put it inside the patient details. And once the data is there in the patient details, I send it to the HTML page. How do you send it to HTML page? Very simple. We did that in the yesterday's class. I just copy paste that. Dictionary format our data comes with. And you can see this is similar to that of what we had done in the yesterday's class. Same thing, copy paste. Only one change is, instead of all function, I am using a filter function and I am putting a condition in this case. Clear with this point? No doubt in this? Okay. So here the data is there in the patient details and this data will go to search patient. And we had done yesterday's class, we had also done how to display the data to the user. Okay, so I'll just write it again instead of copy pasting in this. Percentage for PD in patient details. Inside this, end for. Okay, and put it inside the, okay, I'll put it here. That is table tag. Close of the table tag. Inside this, tr open close, td open close, two flower brackets, pd dot, copy paste the things whatever you have given in the models.py. Copy patient name, copy paste. Just to change the values in this case. Here I have the mobile number, paste the mobile number. Next, I have the patient age, display the patient age. I have the patient gender, display the patient gender. Health issue, copy, paste. Don't want the last one. Clear with this? No doubt in this case. Same display code. Of course, it won't look good, so we'll make that change in the later part of this. So now let us see how this appears. Run the program. It shows error, patient details is not declared. So remember, cannot access local variable means you have to declare that variable first. So you have to just see what is the problem. The problem you can see here. He says in the patient views.py line number 10 in the function name search patient. The problem is cannot access variable patient details because it is not associated with the value. Means there is no data, but you are trying to send that data. So for such errors, you have to make sure first thing is spelling is correct. Yes, the variable must be declared outside. Yadaka. Sir, variable under declare madiri. Why it is showing error? The error is this variable is local variable to the if condition. So you cannot access it outside the if. Remember, return function is outside if condition. if condition ಹೊರಗದ. So you cannot access that variable. So what we do is we have to declare that variable outside. Save and refresh, and you'll get the HTML page. Zoom ಮಾಡಿ others. So now let me use the data. Kiran, search. You got the data. Is it looking good? No. Compared to yesterday's class, say local host slash patient details. This is looking good or this is looking good? Obviously, this one. So E-type design make under same copy paste the code in this case. Whatever the changes we had done for the display operation, the same thing we have to do it for this page. So what I have to do? In a display, sorry, this is the display of the data in this case. So you can bring that and copy paste. That's it. Patient details. So we'll table tag to table tag. Copy this and paste it. There's only one change. The change is the data we have got it is in patient details. Okay. So we have to change that. That is, give it as patient details. Yesterday I told you about for loop dot counter. It is used to automatically increment the value of the serial numbers of the rows in this case. Save madre, and the same output you will see now when I search for a Kiran in this case. Looks better in this. Okay. Now, sir, I need a gap between the text box and this table. Very simple. Margin top and empty. That is empty hyphen 2. So it will give a gap on the top of the page in this case. So got a gap. Now if I search for Sachin, Sachin is not there. It should give me a message on the top saying record not found on the. So for that, first thing is go to views.py. In the views.py, you are directly retrieving the data, but are you checking whether the data exists or not? Say example, I will ask you on the 5000 ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ 5000 ಈಗ ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿ ನೀವು ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ನಾ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 5000 ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಎಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮಿ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ನಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 5000 ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸೇ ಎಸ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದಟ್ 5000 ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಅದ without asking, I'm just retrieving the data in this case. Without checking whether the data exists or not, I'm trying to fetch the data. So, adaka, I need to put a condition before searching. ಏನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೊಸ ಲೈನ್ ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ರೀ ವಿ ಕಾಪಿ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಲೈನ್ ಬರೀ ಕಾಪಿ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟು ಈಸಿ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟಾರೆ ಪೈಥಾನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಫ್ fetch the same condition, that is patient register object dot filter search for this patient name dot exists. Exists is a function which will check whether the data is there or not. If it is there, he will come inside the if condition. If condition, I am fetching the data in this case. Got this point? So what I am doing is I am using the same condition and I am putting a search operation for that. Hence search by using the exist function. Exist function will tell me whether the data exists or not. If the data exists, he will return true. If data does not exist, he will return false in this. Suppose data ittu andre, he will come inside this, he will fetch the data. If the data is not there, bring it to the else part. In the message, I will say record not found. I'm putting a message on the screen saying that record not found in this. And obviously, I'm passing this message to the user on the HTML page. Save madre, see the change in this case. So I search for Kiran, I got the data of Kiran. I search for Sachin, click on this, it says record not found. Clear with this point? Of course, H3 adendra use ಮಾಡಿ, you can increase the font size, that is your choice. Sir, when the record is not found, I don't want even this headers. A header no ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. In that case, make a small change in the display code. ಏನದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ patient details and data ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. Okay, I will put that here in the if condition. If patient data details, then perform this operation, and last again end if. That is important. So what I am doing here is, now understand the process. I will search for the name Kiran. I got the data. ಏನಾಯ್ತು, when I typed Kiran and clicked on search, it went to the views.py and he retrieved that name Kiran and stored inside the variable search name. You will come to the next line. To patient register data objects dot filter patient name is equal to Kiran exists, yes or no. The exist will go there, check whether Kiran is there in the database or not. If it is there, he will come inside this if condition palag barta. Inside the if condition, he is fetching that data and he is storing all the details of that patient Kiran inside the patient details variable in this. So now the patient details variable has data, and then he will come to the return statement. He will go to this page with both the information. Remember, message naga empty other patient details and variable, we have the data of the patient. It will go to the HTML page in this. After coming to HTML page, if patient details means if the data is there inside this, then it will display the table tag. We have a data now, so it will display the if patient details will be true. You will display this, then you will start displaying the record in this case. Okay. Now try another method. That is, if I search for Sachin, click on search. It did not display any record. Even that row is not displayed. How this works now? When I typed Sachin here, clicked on the search button, it went to the function that is views.py. Search patient function is bartana. Request dot method is post because the button has been clicked. He will retrieve that Sachin name inside search name in this case. Then he will check the data. Patient register dot objects dot filter. Patient name is equal to Sachin. And in this case, exist function will return false because we don't have that patient name in this case. So if condition fail aitu antandra, it will come to the else part. Remember, he did not go inside if conditions means the patient details variable is empty. He will come to the else part. MSG like the variable is initialized, record not found. So again, he will go to the return function search patient. In this patient details, and you have the empty value in this case. In the MSG, I have a message that is record not found. So he will come back to the HTML page. Here he will check is patient details working. No, because patient details is empty. If condition fail aitu antandra, nothing is displayed here. And of course, for PD in patient details is empty, so nothing will be displayed on the screen. But MSG was initialized, hence this message will be displayed on the screen. Got this point? Now, let us add one more record in this. Say patient register. Patient name Ramesh Kumar Biradar. His mobile number. Patient age some 28. Gender male. Say headache and vomiting. We will keep his name RAMESH. Check mark all data correct ada. Click on patient registered. Yes. If I display the patient details, all the details in this, that is what is it? Patient details. So you can see Ramesh Kumar data is displayed. We have Santosh, Kiran, all these people in this case. Now, if let us search whether Ramesh is there or not. Record not found. Ramesh register ಮಾಡಿ. Ramesh Kumar Biradar. Now that is a problem. Full name ಯಾರನ್ನ ಯಾರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು say today first semester you got your admission done, whatever name is there. In the final semester you marks card ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, and they will the person will ask your name. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನೀವು? You obviously tell your first name. So you type the first name in this case, and the data is not found. So you are not a student of that college. Yes. Even 3 years back, you people don't know what name you have given in this case. The problem is full name header. Pavitra? Okay. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಮಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ನಾಗ ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪವಿತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಕೇರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಿ ಫಾದರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಪವಿತ್ರ ಎ ಹಲ್ಕೇರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಿ 3 ವರ್ಷ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ನೆನಪು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ರಿ ನಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪವಿತ್ರ ಎ ಹಲ್ಕೇರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿನಿ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೆಸರು ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ಸರ್ ಮೈ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಪವಿತ್ರ ಟೈಪ್ ಪವಿತ್ರ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ then we'll say sir search for pavitra halkeri pavitra halkeri record not found. Then you will say, Sir, Pavitra Annarao Halkeri. Pavitra Annarao Halkeri. RAO. Record not found. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ನೀವು ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಸೆ ಅಣ್ಣರಾವ್ ಒಳಗೆ ANARAO ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಒಂದೇ ಎನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ 2 N ಬರ್ತಾವ ಇಂಥ ಹೊತ್ನಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಶ್ರೀಧರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಶ್ರೀಧರ್ ಹಾಂ ಹಾಂ 3 ಬರ್ತಾವ್ರಿ SHRI ಯಾವ ಶ್ರೀಧರ್ ಹುಡುಕ್ತೀರಿ this becomes always a problem in this case. ನೀವು ಕೊಟ್ಟದ ಟೈಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು there is a problem in this case. So what do you do in such case? In such case, I don't remember the full name of Ramesh, but I know first name Ramesh. So instead of typing the full exact matching name, now one the letter type ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು it should display me the data in this. For that, very simple, we make a change in views.py when you are putting the condition. During the condition, patient name equal to search name means you register ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ whatever the data you have given, it should be exactly same. Even dots must be same in this case. Instead of that, if I make use of underscore I contains in both condition check ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ data fetch ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ if I give I underscore I contains, what happens in this case is if any word matches with that name, it will bring that data in this case. So take an example of same Ramesh now. Last time data ತಗೊಂಬಂದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, but he brought the data now because you told I contains Ramesh. In this name, Ramesh is there. Sir, what if I say Kumar? Kumar no karkumar sir. Say, now I'll remove this. So I'll put Kumar in this case. Kumar and click on search. Kumar name is there in that particular name in this case. So wherever the position is there, it will bring the data in this. If I just put I, sir, my name is I. Yes, no problem. I'll bring the data in this case. Kiran has I, Ramesh has I. So even if you know one letter in your name, I can fetch the data in this case. That is because of using the condition that is I contains. So I contains must be used whenever you are fetching the data in this case. Clear with this point? No doubt in this. This is the search operation that we use very frequently in any software in this case. Displaying all the data is a very rare case. But when we store a particular data of a person, in this case, we have to retrieve that data using the search operation. And that is done using the I contains and a filter function and a exit. These are new things that you have studied in the today's class. Clear with this? Any doubts here? No? You can write down this code